Not really, I was just having fun. But no, I adore meditation, obviously, and what it can do, and you've just all described it so eloquently. And I think, you know, one of the things it does, various of us have mentioned it, is that it creates a gap, it creates a space between something happening and our response. And this was something that I got wind of very, very early on when I first started meditating, and my teacher then said there's two states of mind. There's a reactive state of mind and a creative state of mind. And the reactive state of mind is the unconscious, knee-jerk, you're in there, there's no space, it feels automatic, it feels like you've got no choice, you feel disempowered. And something, you know, and before you know it, you're even making even more of a mess, kind of thing. The creative state of mind is that state of mind where you feel that there's a gap, there's a space, and you can choose how to respond, or just somehow something inside you is spacious enough to respond more productively and creatively. And what is interesting, and I didn't realise this for years and years, is that the word reactive and the word creative are made of the same letters, just jumbled up a bit. So there we are, that's so important. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking. This is what meditation promotes, allows, creates. It creates the creative mind, or the creative psyche, or heart, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm loving. I mean, I already said I'm loving how you're all applying it in your lives. I'm loving also how you are doing the combos and all that. Because very much, I mean, what we're doing today is, I think I said this last week, we will be doing my meditation CD after tea, and we'll be practicing it and studying it and talking about it. But that meditation very much is a meditation that is born of all the elements of mindfulness, loving kindness, walking meditation, you know, everything, body awareness, it's all in there. And if I just describe a wee bit, the sort of first beginning bit of it, it's the settling meditation that we've been doing every time we come here, and we sit down and we breathe into the body, and then we do a bit of wriggling around just to get embodied, and that's very much informed from me, to me, by the 5 rhythms dance practice that I did for a long time, which is very much a moving meditation, where you just really feel your body and include your body. And some people say that one of the best ways to get still in the mind is to move the body, and I think that can happen. So that's why there's a kind of body element in there, a strong body element in there. And then there's the invitation to let the mind go, to relax thinking, to put down the shopping bags, to enter the space. And it's just like we just need to be invited to do that, because it's so habitual. We're always thinking, and I think we forget that actually it's not obligatory. It is possible to have an experience where we are just free from that kind of tyranny of automatic thinking, and to start to experience those times when we're not thinking. Well, that's where the bliss comes. The bliss comes then. And then we move on to how does the heart feel, and then there's the colour and the song and the landscape, and all of that is part of the introspection part of Piper. Do you remember last week I was telling you about the preparation, and I is for introspection. So it's just really checking in, how do I feel right now? And sometimes we can't describe it in words or concepts, so we check in with the colour and with the song. And so we're dealing with poetry and archetypes and metaphor, and that just gives us a connection with our mood. We don't have to analyse what the colour means or what the song means, although sometimes it's quite obvious. You get a sort of song with a particular lyric or something, it tells you about what your mood is. But it's just a poetic way of connecting with all that we are. And so having done that, we've got the body nice and relaxed, we've kind of dropped the thinking, experiencing the spaciousness, we've connected with the emotions, we connect with the senses as well, don't we? That's part of connecting with the body, really, when we hear things and when we smell things and taste things. Sometimes when you're taught meditation, you're taught to kind of concentrate, and focus and banish, or you get the impression that you need to banish what else is going on. Maybe it's not taught like that anymore, but I hope not as well. But I think there were those kind of ideas back in the 80s when I learned it. And it's totally, I mean, I find the easiest way to concentrate is to include everything, rather than trying to sort of shove everything out of the way to create space. You create yourself as a big, massive space, and all the things that are inside it are less significant, because you've got this sense of your huge vastness, and all these things are not overwhelming you anymore. There's a Buddhist saying about, you know, an elephant going into a small pool, makes an almighty splash, but an elephant dropping into a huge lake just goes plop. So we're just making ourselves into these huge lakes, so that when our elephants drop in, we're you know, we're not kind of, we've still got that equanimity, we've still got that resource, so that every time you meditate, you're topping up your lake, and you're giving yourself that resource. And there's another lovely saying that, you know, 1 minute of meditation cancels out, I can't remember how many kind of hours of bad karma, or whatever you want to call it. Meditation is so powerful, so pure, that even a small amount of it undoes a lot of bad habits really quickly, and purifies us really quickly. So even if we only do have to do the meditation and forget to do the Om, the purity of that act is so powerful. It will do us so much good, even if you just manage to get a few minutes on the beach before you get distracted. The purity of that is so good that it leads to you feeling a bit happier, perhaps, you know? So there's all of that.